Because I feel like a lot of people, like when they're at night just like alone with their thoughts, I feel like it just keeps them up a lot. Like a lot of times they even want to sleep, but like they just can't sleep. Therapy is like the first step. That way you can try to work through some of the stuff going on, and then trying to find hobbies once you can like motivate yourself a little bit, you know? You just have to have things to always like look forward to. It's really good to have like one person that you can at least be honest with about how you're feeling, because I mean, I know it's like sad and that's like very like vulnerable. It's like scary to tell someone sometimes, but it's a lot to carry all that by yourself. I just feel like if anyone is struggling, you should just know, like what we're saying right now, like it will get better, and even if you don't feel like it, there's somebody that loves you so much and cares about you so much, and you are loved, and like you might not see it right now, but it will get so much better, and don't like not give yourself the opportunity to see how good it can be.
We are back. Episode 21. We're legal.
Yep, it's our 21st birthday.
21st birthday. I didn't clap in the mic.
Good job.
21. It's crazy.
Every time we say
love it. I know.
It's always going to feel crazy. Every
I know.
week.
The weeks go by, fly by, and this has been an unbelievable.
It's so much fun, yes.
Unbelievable.
We love to do it.
Love doing this with you guys, and we couldn't do it without you guys. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening.
And in case this is your first time, this is Talking Back.
Powered by Life 360.
I'm Billy.
And I'm Drew.
Mental Health Week. Mental Health Day is
Thursday.
Big thing for us. If you guys know us and know our family, that's just something we are big on. Your mental health. We care. Mental health is real. It's tough. It's like I work out every day. But at the same time, we got to work our minds out, our bodies out in the right way too. And take care of the mental health.
You have to. I feel like as much as you take care of like your body and stuff, you also have to take care of your mind. And
you got to.
Yeah.
You got to. So many people put focus on, ooh, I got to have this, I got to have this, I got to have my six pack, my shit, but
like maybe get your mind.
You got to have this too, because you can have all this, but if you don't have it here, doesn't mean much. I mean, it's easy to get down and get in a rut, and if you're not taking care of your mental. So take care of your mental. This episode is going to be all about that, and what we can do, some of the things that we can go over, and I don't know. We'll just talk about mental health this episode. I mean, 21. It's I feel like that's a good one to do it.
Yeah.
But before, and speaking of mental health. Look at what we got. It was like Christmas today.
It is. Look,
we got and for those of y'all that don't know, this is really cool because for peace of mind, which peace of mind goes right with mental health. If you're a parent, if you're a boyfriend, if you're a girlfriend, if you're a spouse of, whatever, this is going to be a game changer. Check this out.
Oh, wait, is that what was in here?
Yeah.
Did we already take it out? Oh, yeah, we took it
out. Oh, no, there's more. There is more. These are, I know, right?
This one I'm so excited for. I already called that one.
You called the pink one?
I did.
Did you? You're probably lucky you Darian's, because he likes the
But he doesn't. Does he put them on his keys? He uses it more.
This is true. He probably doesn't. Is this sky blue one? Then I'm calling it, or is that purple?
No, so you gotta take, I mean, you can have the pink one if you want.
Right. No, you take the pink one.
I mean, I like the blue one too. I just want the colored one. I think those are cool.
I got you. I do too.
These are different because this one, which I feel like people only think that they have like
the
basic tiles, but they have a bunch of like this one is shaped differently. It's not a keychain. You just like.
How'd you get into that? Because I'm like.
Yeah, I think you.
I feel like I'm gonna. I feel like I'm the kid in Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna I'm gonna go at it.
It's okay. But this one is good for like remotes, bikes, or anything that you can just like stick it on. So these are pretty cool.
But here's the I'm gonna go ahead and just call this one right now.
Yeah, that one's cute. I like that.
So here's the cool thing about this. You can link this up to your Life 360 app. Life 360 download is free. Greatest app ever. let's say, you know, as a dad, I got
Look at how
you,
cute these are.
you know, it's going to be, you know, next month is, it's, golly, I'm having, brain lapse. The fall back.
Okay.
It's fall back.
Good.
So it's going to start getting darker earlier. So when you start possibly getting out of class, it's going to be dark.
Dark. And also, like, where I go to school isn't the best area of town, I've
Not the
heard,
best
so.
area.
The school's very nice and super duper nice, but
Very.
the area surrounding it is
Very.
not the greatest, but.
So peace of mind. You have this on your keychain. You're walking out. You feel a little uneasy. You're hearing those footsteps. You're looking around. You're like, what in the... And, you know, it's like, uh-oh. You can hit this button 3 times. It's on your keychain. And it alerts everybody in your circle. And if you have the platinum or the upgraded membership, it will also alert authorities. So give somebody peace of mind today.
Because a lot of my friends will have like pepper spray or stuff on their keychains. I don't have anything on mine, so.
We're changing that today.
I have no idea.
You have got your tile.
And then they have plain black ones. But I like that they have the colored ones now. I like those.
I do too. So, peace of mind. Get your tile today.
I feel like I would show you also. Because they're also, if you double click the tile, it'll ring your phone. And so you can find your phone with them.
Even if your phone is on silent.
Really? Yeah. So you can always switch that. I have to use that every day. They always hear, but usually for my keys, I do it on my phone. And I ring them because I never know where I set my keys down.
So every day, find your keys, find your phone, find all of it.
Yeah, the tiles, well, we've talked about it on here, but I can't even tell you how many times we've lost our keys and had to use a tile to, especially like my boyfriend loses his keys all the time, I feel like. We've had to use it for him a bunch.
We use it several times.
And now, even better that they have SOS on them too.
Exactly. So, let's get into that. I got a question for you.
Okay.
And I hope it don't get too personal or anything like that.
No, because I want to get more personal eventually. I just takes me. I don't know what all I should ever say or what I shouldn't say. It's hard to.
I know. It's you've gone through things that nobody should go through. But what I wanted to ask though is, you know, I love that you are in therapy, talking to an amazing therapist.
Yes, I love her.
Yes, she is just absolutely phenomenal. What do you think about? Because I even asked you. But what do you think about online therapy versus? Did you ever do any online therapy?
Yeah, I did a little bit. I did with like, well, with if I ever was, I think I'd only done like one session with her online, but then I did one with that like other lady.
Oh yeah.
So, which I feel like I got very like. I feel like I definitely got very blessed because I know a lot of people have to go through a bunch of like therapists and find one. Like, luckily for me, like the first one I was with, I was like, oh, like I love her. But even with like loving her, I don't know why, but just for me personally, like doing it online, I don't know. It just doesn't feel like as like personal. I feel like I can't talk to someone as good as I can in person. The same, I feel like, I mean, you know, it's kind of like FaceTiming somebody. There's like a few people that I really like to FaceTime, but then other people, like, I'd rather just talk in person. And so for me personally, I feel like I don't get as much out of the online one, which I don't know if it's just how I think about it. Maybe I would, because some people it might be the same thing, or they might like it better because they might, like, it might make them feel better, like they like not having to, like, get out of their, like, comfort zone.
It makes complete sense. As most people know, I kicked in the indoor league, and those goalposts are really, really skinny, way skinnier than the outdoor goalposts. Yeah. So I had several kicker friends that were doing online therapy to just try to, sports therapist, talk through some some mental nerves, some mental blocks, some things that we go through, and so I tried one. Came from a fellow kicker.
I didn't even know you ever did that.
Yeah, but here's the deal. Here's where I'm going with it is I just really did one session because I feel like it might be you. I didn't like it just
doesn't feel as like personal. I don't know. It doesn't feel.
And it was nothing against him. He's probably a great, but I gave him, I gave him one and done, and that was it. I just didn't feel that personal connection. And this is no, we're not. This is not an advertisement for somebody in for therapy in person. This is just our experience with.
I feel like I definitely. I don't know. It's just. I feel like I'm not as myself over the phone, which I don't know why. I just feel like it's easier for me to just talk like.
Which is weird because, as for me, I almost sometimes feel like even better. I feel more confident sometimes on the phone, but for getting in depth in trying to get real, I guess so to speak.
It's just better. I feel like to be.
It's almost like you got to let the curtain down.
Yeah, and whenever you're on the phone, I feel like it's a lot easier to keep the curtain
up. That term came to me while we're sitting here. It's kind of like, I mean, that's what it was. Because I wanted to get deep. I wanted to get in it to find out why after, kicking for, however long, many years I kicked, how was I still getting nervous, running out on the field? But at the same time, it's like that was my love for the game, but I wanted to get in more of a confident state. And so anyways, I did other means and overcame it, but sports psychologists out there, sports therapists. I
didn't know there was a bunch of those, but that's cool.
There is. I recommend in person, I feel like. But, whatever works for you.
I feel like maybe if you're like, if it's like hard for you to go places, I feel like those people that get like anxious going places are like
good thinking.
It's really good for them.
There is some people that can't even leave their own house.
So
they get I can appreciate.
In the meantime, like use an online therapist.
No doubt about it. So, what do you think about sleep's role in teen mental health? Does sleep play a role?
I feel like it definitely plays a big role, but then I feel like mental health plays a big role in why they're not getting sleep.
Oh, man. Yeah. That's never even thought about that angle of it. That's huge.
Because I feel like a lot of people, like when they're at night, just like alone with their thoughts, I feel like it just keeps them up a lot. And
great point.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of times, like sometimes there's other stuff, but I feel like a lot of times they even want to sleep, but like they just can't sleep, and so that does just like prolong the effects. But.
That's a huge eye opener for me.
Really?
That's like an aha, when you have one of those aha moments as a parent. Parents, listen to this. Listen to what she just said, because I almost wish we could rewind the clock and go back, because I'm thinking, instead of maybe reversing my whole train of thought of, hey, you need sleep, that's going to help your mental. Maybe you need some help with your mental so you can get sleep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Listen to that, parents. That's good. Man, that's good.
That is I feel like even that more, like that I said it, I was thinking about it more too. But, because most of the time, well, a lot of the people that I know, even, I don't even know, but like a lot of people just don't get sleep because they're just thinking and just can't. So, but I feel like a lot, other times, sleep definitely does play a role on it though. But I feel like if you're having like mental health, I feel like that's like a big thing, is like you just are always like tired and just like drained if your mental health is bad.
No doubt about it.
Sometimes it feels like even if you get enough sleep, like you're just always tired, I feel like. I'm
starting to look at all of these but differently now, because I'm thinking maybe if you address the mental, maybe we wouldn't have these, because my next one that I was going into was kind of like the academics and tests.
Also is another thing. Yeah,
can
like
play a role. If you're good in a mental space,
then you're going to do a lot better in school. But when you're tired and just drained, I feel like.
Yeah, having to go to class and even just, that's tough if we haven't addressed the issue. And it's hard, because it's not like these issues are actually probably causing the problem. I mean, there's something deeper. There's something, that somebody's going through.
And then it just affects like every aspect of their life pretty much.
And so then it's easy to say that, well, that test made me nervous. I really stressed about that test, but maybe
if their mental health was better and like.
This episode went totally 180.
Because we'll say all of these, you can say, so basically.
You can turn it around if you address the mental first.
Problems, or not problems, but what's going on and making you feel that way. Or getting into therapy or finding things that Like,
Absolutely.
yeah, it's definitely, I feel like you have to find hobbies you enjoy, and like you have to try, which is hard whenever you are. So maybe like, yeah, probably like therapy is like the first step. That way you can try to work through some of the stuff going on, and then trying to find hobbies once you can like motivate yourself a little bit, you know? That way you can get up and like enjoy. You just have to have things to always like look forward to, I feel like.
Love it.
I feel
Love
like I
it.
remember whenever I struggled, that was like whenever I was in therapy, that was what we like talked about a lot, was just like, at least for me, like it helped just having stuff to look forward to. Like I was always excited, like if I had stuff like coming up or like just
Gotta plan
random,
stuff. Gotta,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
whenever you're like down, which is
Trips, even
just,
if it's a trip to, if
yeah,
you can't, go to but just even road trips to
yeah.
a cool little place that's close to you. Google like cool land,
Even
like,
if it's a day trip, if you like
yeah,
need to, but
we got the center of the earth here, that
yeah,
center of the universe. I guess
yeah, we
we've
have,
talked about it
and
before on our podcast. But it's just a cool,
cool little
if
like just,
and it's free. You
yeah.
go down there downtown. Cool things happening. But yeah, just little things like that.
Yeah, and like the other thing we talk about is just like, even though it's like hard, like it's really good to have like one person that you can at least be honest with about how you're feeling, because I mean, I know it's like sad and that's like very like vulnerable. It's like scary to tell someone sometimes, but if nobody knows, which is like sad because but it is hard for people to notice a lot. So it's like good to tell someone, that way someone at least knows how you're feeling, and hopefully they'll try and like help you and you can talk to them and be honest with them, because it's a lot to carry all that by yourself and just hold that all in all the time. Can be very like draining and not good for you.
100%. Great points. So what about going to college and you're a freshman in
And
college.
yeah, I feel
And
like
or
pretty much
even
every,
even you going to a trade school,
yeah,
you're going to a
yeah,
beauty college and
cosmetology. But
cosmetology. I
for
always forget
me,
that word.
yeah, I feel like it's
And I know
been,
that was a little
yeah,
nervous walking in
it is
that
like,
class,
and
and
it is, I feel like it's been like good for me in the way that like I feel like I'm just doing something like with my
you're
life, kind of
learning
like, yeah,
you're learning a trade,
and like
learning a
yeah,
profession.
and like I'm gonna be able to do that and like have a job out of that. And sometimes I would just be worried about my future, like what am I gonna do? But this excites me, and like I'm excited to do this for like my job. It seems fun, and that's like really exciting for me because I was gonna do real estate and I had no real like. I was not excited for that at all. I was just like, oh, I don't have to go to college, and like I've heard there can be good money in that, so I'm just gonna do it.
I like it. I like the thought
And like,
process.
I mean, I'm
But
sure it
there's
could have went good, but this, like, I'm a lot happier doing it,
yeah.
and it's definitely more like something I would enjoy.
And this is something yeah.
But
When I look at you, I see you making others. Now, granted, real estate, you buy a house or for you
or
make
like
others,
this, like you can
but
do
this
someone's
is
like wedding
just
hair, or
you
like you
can
just like
just
you can make them feel like pretty and like
make someone a
confident.
princess
Yeah,
for the day, a
yeah,
king for the day. I mean,
yeah.
that's some
Like that's
cool
so
stuff.
exciting. Yeah, but and then I feel like college though. I feel like it depends because I feel like a lot of people that go, they end up like, I don't know. If I mean, if I went to college, I'd probably like party too. But I feel like everyone does that, and it kind of takes over like a lot. I feel like a lot of those kids get like drained out because they just party all the time. Then
And
they
that's
have
not
tests
helping
the
the
next
mental.
day.
That is
Yeah,
not helping the
but
mental.
then like you get like FOMO if you don't go out because everyone's going out, and then you're like
What's that called?
fearing you're missing out.
Fear of missing
Yeah,
out. See,
and
I'm
that's like a very,
learning
and I
all
get that,
kinds of
I
stuff
get
today.
FOMO too, but like you have to just like realize that
My friends are at a
it's
party and I'm
okay.
not
Like
there,
yeah, like
and
you just get like
that
I want to
is
be
that what
there
it
so
is?
bad.
Okay.
Yeah, like I don't know. I get it because I used to get that really bad. Now I'm like better about it, but I don't know. So I feel like that just kind of like drains them whenever they're partying so much, and yeah, that's not good for the mental health. And then like the next day they'll have a test, and then I don't know. So
Take a
I like,
breather. College students out there,
yeah. Like,
relax.
and I'm not saying there's anything against partying, but I think it
No,
just
you
like
want
takes like
that's part of the
a
college
toll. Yeah,
experience. I
it
mean,
is.
I
Like if
get
I was
it.
there, I'm saying I probably would do the same thing, and I'd have to learn how to manage it and be smart. And
That
like
right there.
that's what's just. I feel like from what I see, like it's just hard on people, and they just seem like tired and drained, and then have a class the next day. And I just don't think that's great for your mental health. But if you do find a good group of people that are genuine and like they help you out through it, But
No,
I feel
that's
like college does like definitely, and like you're just, especially if you're living like on a dorm, probably if you're living in a dorm room, I feel like living with someone right next to you all the time probably takes a toll on your mental health. You know, you never really get a breather. I feel like you're never really alone, which I feel like
especially you get that
yeah,
wrong roommate or that
yeah,
wrong next
for
door
like
neighbor.
freshman year, yeah,
That's tough.
yeah. Because one
That's
of my
tough.
friends, she had a roommate, and like we never spoke to her once. Like I stayed with her a bunch, and like just wouldn't speak, and like you know how like awkward that is to like
When you came home and told me that, I was
yeah,
like, "What?
yeah,
The
like
girl's right there living and like nothing."
we just had to like stay on our side, like
Like it's
because you
almost like
just
there was a
yeah
line
like
drawn
that.
down the middle,
And I
and
was like, I just feel like that would be so draining too because
that's
you
so
know like you
draining.
never get a second to like be by yourself, and especially if you're never even comfortable with the person next to you because like they had like probably this much room between each other.
Hey, if you're that roommate in college, that's try to make your roommate feel,
At least come
you
like you
know,
guys don't have to be best friends, but you at
no,
least want to be like
exactly,
friends, yeah.
yeah, that right
Because
there,
also I'm sure it was hard for the roommate too because but if you would have just made an effort, I feel like
yeah.
an
There's
effort would go a
nothing
long
with
way, yeah.
like, hey, what's up? What's
Yeah.
up? Did you have a good day? Yeah, I had a good day. You know, it's always nice to
Just like
come
make
home
yeah.
to
And
somebody that, you
because
know,
that is your home for the year, and then that just won't feel like a home, you
and
know. And like
especially,
you
I mean,
need a
most
home, yeah.
most college dorms are pretty small, you
Yeah.
know, for the
So
most
like
part.
freshman year at least, since we were talking about that. But then the other years, I know you normally get your own rooms and stuff, so that makes it better.
And it's so I know I've heard different stories of college students when they go off. It's like, oh, I want to room. My friends going there. Hey, we could room together. And
Yeah.
then I've heard that no, let's. I want to meet somebody
Yeah, because
new.
some people are
So
like, don't ever room with your best friend. You guys will not be friends after that.
and it's like so. I mean, what do you do?
I know, but I feel
That's
like,
a,
I don't know.
what would you do if you had the
Oh,
chance
I
to
would have
room with your
wanted
friend?
a room with like Zion or one of my best friends, yeah.
100%. Yep.
I think, because I know I'd meet new people, but I also, well, I know I could live with Zion or live with my friends and not.
Because that was my college experience. I mean, I was usually in the football dorm, and whoever we got tight with on the football team, we would end up
Yeah.
rooming together. Like the next semester or something. So it always played out that you end up rooming with a good friend. So
Yeah.
I could definitely see that going one way or the other.
Yeah.
What do you think about again? Flip my whole train of thought about eating and mental health, but because
That's why,
sometimes when your
yeah.
mental health is not right, you
Yeah.
don't feel like eating.
And I just, yeah, I mean, it's definitely
I'm
in
asking
every
these
way,
questions
yeah,
totally
in
different
every
now.
way that
So,
I see eating, like in my issues, because I've had issues with eating, not like bad, but like anytime it's like that, it's like, I mean, probably because my mental health was not as great that I would want to like do that. I don't
did
know,
you did you
but
feel? And again, I know I'm not trying to get too personal.
no,
I'm just
yeah, but
asking. But if would you eat to because you didn't feel like you were like you wanted to eat to be more prettier, eat to be more
I would
thinner?
want to like
Were
not
you?
eat to be
I
like
mean, that's
thinner.
what I guess that's
Yeah.
what I mean.
And
Not
so I
eat
feel like, yeah, and
was that, but then when you didn't eat, does that take you down even more of a spiral because your body needed some nutrients,
I
things
mean,
like,
no,
I
then
mean,
I'd be like
what do you,
happy. I'd be like, oh, I'm hungry. I'm doing great. Like, that's horrible. Don't think like that at all. That's not like good. But that's
but
I'd be like,
no,
oh,
we're
like I'm
being real,
hungry.
we're
I
being
would be
honest
like, yeah. I
because
would just be like, oh, I'm hungry. That means I like did good. Like, didn't
okay. So if you're hungry, help me understand it. What is it? That means like
like good. Like I didn't eat, so
I
like I'm
didn't eat,
hungry.
so I'm
Yeah.
hungry. So I'm going to keep starving though.
Yeah. And then
Really?
but I mean, then I would probably like eat a little bit, but like but I would just feel like so. And sometimes I still feel this way. Like if I eat a bunch of food, I just feel so like why did I do that? I feel like it's gonna like ruin my. It's like so hard for me to even like I'm still working on I feel like my relationship with food honestly because I feel like if I eat a bunch of food, I always just feel so bad about eating that. And I'm like, oh, I can't eat for a while now because I just ate so much food. I'm like, I have to not eat a lot tomorrow
That's so crazy
because I
and
ate a
so
bunch
ironic.
today.
Because
Yeah.
we were on the, if you guys know the doctors, remember we went on the doctor's
Yeah.
show and talked about eating disorders. That was one of our
Yeah.
our biggest videos is parents making the snide little comments
Yeah.
like oh, you can eat all the, or just
And
little
I do feel
little.
like social media like definitely like plays a role in that because like those TikTokers I was telling you about, they'll be like, no food tastes as good as being skinny feels or
So back
but
then,
yeah.
did you feel like you had kind of a love hate with food in that going through that
Yeah,
time in
I
your
still
life, or
feel
were you
like
like,
even now, like I don't have a great relationship with food. Like I wish I could just eat food and be like, okay, like I ate that food and it was good. Like I'm happy that I ate that. But anytime I eat that, always feel like why did I do that? I shouldn't have done that. Like
do you really?
every time, yeah. And that's why like I
Man,
wish I didn't because like it's okay. But then I'm just like, oh, like
do you talk to your therapist about the eating
not
stuff?
really. So I probably
No.
should. I like
Maybe
forget
we
to
bring
talk.
that up in an
Yeah,
episode or something. Not episode, but
yeah,
in a session,
yeah.
in a therapy session.
Yeah, because I feel like yeah, and like most girls I know just don't like they don't look at food like healthily like they should, which is
No,
sad. And I feel like
it is. It is because food was,
it's fuel and it's like
yeah,
good for you, and like so that's why I try to remember like you can
we
eat
got to eat to
healthier and
live.
like
We got to eat to
yeah,
live.
so just eat healthier, eat like just good for your foods. I feel like it's because I'm like yeah, if I eat out every day, I probably won't feel as great about it, but I could make healthier options, and then
Yeah, because
I feel
the
like
foods that we
yeah,
do put in our bodies, there
yeah.
are certain good foods that can improve mental, and there are definitely some
Yeah,
that will not.
because you can tell, yeah, if I did that though and like wasn't eating, then yeah, that probably makes does make your mental health worse because you have like no energy if you're not eating food, and you need to eat food to fuel you. So
Absolutely.
don't like, yeah, like I don't know. I wish everyone could just have a good. I don't know, yeah, because it start. I remember like well, we talked about it before too, but like during COVID, how everyone was doing all those like we do those like Chloe Ting workouts, and then we take like apple cider vinegar shots and like
Yep.
try to do like all that stuff,
Yep.
but
Yep.
I feel like
Absolutely.
that's whenever I started like looking at food differently just because I would see people talking about it like on social media like just weird and like so then it put that like
Exactly.
in my head kind of. And I feel like once you do it's hard to like get rid of that, but
Absolutely. So, last question I'll leave with. And we'll get into the, whenever you are ready for that. So
yeah. I need
we
to like
won't even,
think about it like once
yeah,
before a podcast so I can like know cuz I wouldn't even know where to start or like what to
yeah.
say
And
because
it would change a lot of lives out
yeah,
there
that's why I want to be like
because
open
there's
about like
so
my
many, so many, but
journey.
you
Yeah.
got to be ready to, and
Yeah.
that's kind of where this question is there a, mindfulness of PTSD? Is there things that, certain moments that happened way back when that should that you went through is
Yeah.
does that play a role in now? I mean,
I
is
don't
there
think I have PTSD, but more like I
okay.
just like I don't even like because I feel like you're gonna like feel bad if I say this, but like don't like
No,
feel bad. I just
no.
feel like more for me, I just feel bad for what I put everyone else through, like because I'm just like because I know you and you're just like don't say that,
That's
but
yep.
like I just see how it played out, so I'm just like I just wish it never happened. I feel like if it didn't happen like that though, I would have stayed worse longer. I feel like because I
Oh,
just like had to
100% you
get
would
better.
have.
Like I
You
just
had
had
to.
to get better after
You
that.
had to. And
And
that's
so
what
that's why I am very like I see as like it happened for a reason, and so I'm like glad that it happened, but I wish I just would realize that it would get better in my life. I always wasn't gonna feel like that because that's all you see, right? Then you can all you see is how you feel, and you don't think it can get better, but like it
you
will
can.
get
You're living
better,
proof.
yeah.
You're living proof. I mean,
And so many
you
people
fight
are
through it
though.
every day.
And
And
like I just wish that's why I wish I could just everyone is like even though you can't see it right then, but one day you're gonna be like it does get better, like
it does. And that's what I've gone through hard times.
yeah, like
And
everybody has like
I don't ever, so just reverse that. You know what I'm saying? You guys have been there for me when I've gone through a hard time.
yeah.
And that's what
Yeah.
we love to be. So don't ever think that, what I'm saying. I'm thankful that
Yeah.
we were here to go through that with you and to always be here
Yeah.
with you through that.
And then I feel more like I don't even know. Like sometimes I just like do think about it a lot, but like no, I don't even know. Like I just think like there's just so many I feel like there's just a lot of like regrets that I have, but like you just have to but I do really look at it as all like it happened for a reason, but then there's like other stuff that I'm just like
Think
but
about
what
this.
was
Think
I
about
doing?
it this way too. In when I look back on my life, and I've made plenty of mistakes. I mean, you know that we've been open about my life, and I've done stupid
And like
things.
everybody does.
Everybody
Yeah.
does stupid things, but think about this: every stupid thing I did
Like led you right here.
led me to this moment, sitting
Yeah.
right here, right now, talking to
Doing a
you,
podcast,
meeting
like,
Lindsay,
yeah.
having you 3 kids, the
And
best
that's,
thing
yeah.
in my
That's
entire
why
life.
I feel like I really do live by everything happened for a reason. Like I truly believe that, so that's why like my regrets, like I don't like I'm the same way, like I'm like, well, I wouldn't have gotten here and it wouldn't have been like this if I didn't do that.
100%. There's a song by Rascal Flatts, God bless the broken road that
Yeah,
led me to
no,
you,
I love that song. Yeah,
I
that's a good
mean,
song.
and God bless that broken road. That broken road could represent, we know
Yeah.
what it represents for you, what it could
Represents
represent
for
for
anybody,
anybody
yeah.
out there. I mean, those broken
One day you're gonna be
roads.
like, oh, this all makes sense. Like it all
So
like
you
had
always
to
remember that
happen.
too.
Yeah.
Okay. Always remember
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah, for sure, man. This was like got open with Drew Day.
Yes.
Man, thanks for being open and
Oh, of
vulnerable
course.
and helping people out there. This was a big
I
time
know.
episode.
So
So
I feel like I want to like say a message. This is gonna be like mental health day, but I'm trying to think what we should say. But I just feel like if anyone is struggling, you should just know, like what we're saying right now, like it will get better. And even if you don't feel like it, there's somebody that loves you so much and cares about you so much, and you are loved. And like you might not see it right now, but it will get so much better. And don't like not give yourself the opportunity to see how good it can be. I feel like.
man, I mean,
So
100%, Drew. That's we care,
yeah.
and but I could not have said that any better, and I'm not even going to try to. I think that's the perfect place to end it. You guys, I mean, mental health, it's real, but it'll get better. It will get better.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to quit right there because I could go,
No,
I want to
I know you can
I
just
want to
keep.
give you guys a hug or,
Just
high five from afar if whatever, but just know that from us to you, we love you guys
yes, we
and thank you
do.
guys. And we will see you guys next time.